through the tricky bits, really getting a lot more confident with his new package throughout the day. And when he opens it up, you know that has just got plenty in it. He opens it up just a little bit, then just eases off coming into the hairpin, and he'll be very happy with the way he's run today. He's really going to have to get the time down to sort of a 48, somewhere around there, if he wants to be able to progress. And a little bit untidy over there on the PSP island, so might have lost a little bit of time there. I thought he was actually at times a lot smoother earlier in the day. So anyway, look, a 52.024. Well, probably not good enough to see him progress into that top 5.
It has been an improvement though, so he'll be happy to just take that out of the equation. But once again, I think you said a 48, KV. I think we're going to have to probably be a 47 to get in amongst that top 5. There's a couple of guys that are sub 47 at the moment in the first 3 spots. So some of the guys that are coming through now, like Richard Murray, our next boat in, is definitely going to have to find that 47 to stay in there. This is, of course, the new combination. Richard Murray, Joe Rathbone and the Mean Machine, that 1500 plus horsepower, that 440 supercharge. Listen to it. Oh, it's just like...
it is a weapon.
Like a lion on steroids, that thing that's got a roar in it.
Oh, absolutely. This has always been one of the most popular boats doing the circuit. A ridiculous amount of power available to Richard Murray at the moment. And he is doing a pretty good job of it. You'd have to suggest Joe Rathbone from Wanganui sitting right in alongside.
That was a nice turn he just did up there, KV.
Now you wonder, mate, would you sit in the silly seat of that?
Not with Richard Murray in there. I know what sort of a deviant he can be when it comes to horsepower, mate. He just doesn't. He uses the whole lot. So there's no way I'd get in a boat with Richard Murray, and I did warn Joe about that earlier on. But look at this. This guy's really getting the job done. He's found his straps in this boat.
Just a bit of a double dip at it coming out of the exit there. And Richard Murray there with a 48.670, so he's going to be somewhere in the mix to be progressing into the top 5.
Hey, look, I'll tell you what, mate, this new combination, Richard Murray, I reckon we're going to have a podium finish with that guy before the end of the season. He has made sort of 10 seconds of improvements today, and this, like, not a lot of people can handle that 1500 horsepower is what, that was a great turn that he did up the top end. I think this guy's... put the money where his mouth is with this boat today.
I think you're absolutely right. He does have the pedigree, former New Zealand champion, so it will be interesting to see how he cracks out through the season. Dave Simmons now and John Berry with the Blue Flame out on track at the moment, and these guys really starting to come to the fore as well. So it's a really interesting mix. These guys somewhere in about it. So Dave Simmons, Nick Berryman, Glenn Head, Nate Manell, all of these guys in around about where they need to be. They're going to have to get a bit of a hustle on though, Dave Simmons. Where is he on the split? Oh, he's somewhere around there, a little bit behind. Going to have to hurry it up from here though into the Suzuki Superboat top 8.
Well, he's not doing too bad at the moment, I tell you. He's got to be 48.69 was his last run. I still think they're going to need to be around that 47 to stay in this top 5. And he's going to be right on that bubble. He's backing himself to be a strong finish now. Let's see how we go. Dave Simmons, where are you? You are 48.042. 48.042. I think you'll find him in there.
Absolutely.
Yep, he'll just creep in, I think.
Yep, there's to the top of the table at the moment.
Nervous time
so he will make it into the top 5.
Nervous time for Richard Murray though. It only takes one of these other guys to go off course, and Richard Murray will be back for the top 5 at 48.670. So keep an eye on the next 5 competitors. If they don't make a 48.670, then you're going to find Richard Murray back. But here's the man from New Zealand Riverjet, Nick Berryman, and of course Tania Ironmonger is cracking out for us now.
Oh, going really well at the moment, Nick Berryman. And geez, it's good to see that the top boats in this unlimited class. Well, there was a little bit of hesitation there from Nick Berryman. Thought he was a little bit further on in the lap than he actually was. Billy ducked right. Fortunately, Tanya Ironmonger was on the job, kept pointing him down to the far end of the track, which is exactly the right thing to do. Really nice transition through that hairpin. Gee, I thought he was going to go late through there, but he managed to get to the far side of the track, bogged it down a little bit, but there's plenty of power to get that boat out of trouble. Now into this final part of the lap, you would have to suggest he's going to be right on the money.
48.55 was the previous time for this competitor. Let's see where we go. There's the 47 I was talking about. 47.885. 47.885. We might need to grab that plastic bag. See, KB, maybe 47,885.
Yeah, just if we could grab that plastic bag down there, Mel, if you can just hear us, we can have a red flag up, please, mate. So, yep, no, we might be getting our safety crew bloke out of the way fairly quickly. It's Glenn Head with all firm windows.
I'd get out of the way too.
Coming out onto course at the moment.
Glenn Head and Darren Todd there, they've got 1,400 horsepower at their disposal, and they've let the whole lot go at once, KB. They let the reins go, kicked it at the same time.
Yeah, 400 cubic inch HRE twin turbo in the Sprint Tech G-Force hull. And interestingly, a massive amount of horsepower, and yet they've only got an 8 3/4 jet unit. Normally you see these boats with a big horsepowers running 9-inch. So an interesting decision to go, but you'd have to suggest that it's probably on the money at this point.
Yeah, looking for pressure over volume out the back end, I guess, and trying to make sure that they can use and qualify all those horsepower. But geez, driving tight, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, I thought he was just going to duck left there for a second.
Yeah, he's done that to us twice. And we've got a 46.130. 46.130. That guy just came down 2 seconds at this time. Wow, at this time of the day. 46.130. It's a real shame that Peter Curry's done what he's done and fallen out of the track, because he had that 44-second run during the qualifyings. And, you know, we're talking 46s now, and I was backing him to get down in amongst the 43s and possibly a 42, but we've still got a lot of good competitors to go. Leighton Manel will be our next competitor out, sitting in second fastest qualifying in this round. He had a 46.39 to find himself here, and Louise Blythe doing the navigation for him. This boat here, the twin turbo Chevy, once again, 1,500 horsepower, KB.
Oh, an absolute flyer, this thing. It does have the 9-inch CPSL jet unit, and I'll tell you what, Leighton Manel does know his way around, and just ironing out the bugs with this boat. It's the first time he's driven it here today, and you'd have to suggest he might be just slightly on top of it at the moment.
Well, if it's his first time, I can't wait to see his last time at the end of the season when we're talking championship points, but of course he's going to back himself to be a big contender at the World Series coming up at the end of January. We're going to be back here in mid to late January to compete in that World Series, and I hope that you people that are down there can bring a few friends.
Oh, have a look at the way he's just really nailing it up that back straight. The boat just sort of really twitching, and these boats, when you've got them nose down and you give them a full blast of power, they are designed to turn, so they don't like going in a straight line. They'll get twitchy really on the nose there, and I think Leighton Manel just sort of easing it off there. I think he's done enough to be able to see him progress into the top 5. He's a smart operator, this man, there is no doubt about it. And Leighton Manel into P2 with a 47.322 and plenty left in it.
Okay, so the weight for Richard Murray is just about over the 48.670. 48.670 of Richard Murray, sitting right on that bubble at the moment. And as we look to Rob Coley to be our last competitor here in this Suzuki Superboats top 8 running order. Rob Coley once again from Wanganui.
The man from Mouthfresh.
Yep, second in the Australian Superboats for 2015, third New Zealand Superboats. And Kelly Manel doing the navigation for him. So he's backed himself with a great navigator, a great package there underneath him. And he is a competitive little fella.
Oh, there is no doubt about it. This bloke is not scared of this boat one iota. I've seen him throw this thing so far up the bank, we thought he was going to launch to the next planet. He is just a competitor through and through, and he's really just getting his head around this beautifully. The boat is set up ideally, and he is doing a fantastic job, really coming on strong. This is his third season. Of course, ran the New Zealand season last year, the Aussie season this year, now back into another season. So 3 in a row, has spent plenty of time behind the wheel, and it is showing.
Showing, and to be the top again, maybe. Rob Coley, let's have a look. Oh, where are we going? Computers all over the place. Rob Coley is there with a 46.958 to be in second place. So Glenn Head's the new leader. Glenn Head's come from third through to the top of the rank there, as Rob Coley finds himself in second spot now with a 46.958. I just had a text message from Shama Puturanui, and she's just texted me and said, can you tell everybody thanks for their support out there? Really disappointed to be feeling out of the competition out here, but she is okay, and she thanks everybody very, very much for their support while they were sitting in the boat there. So we'll see them back at Wanganui with a few dents out of the boat and a whole bunch of pride back in their style.